Hey guys, welcome back to my next video on this channel where we're talking about the CAT 21 score versus percentile uh, equation. यहाँ पे हम लोग you have to understand one of the things that when you target your CAT preparation, when you are targeting your CAT preparation, most people लोग क्या करते हैं, they look at what percentile I want to get. So I often tell people that percentile पे focus मत करो, focus on the percentage or the gross marks that you get, because if you take your care of your percentages, your percentile will take care of itself. So it is an established fact that if you look at a 3R CAT pattern, for example, जैसे 3R CAT paper जो था 3 section 3R CAT paper 2017, 18 and 19 3 years of CAT में 3 hours CAT paper हुआ था with 3 sections. And of course, 2020 CAT was a 2 hour paper because it got disrupted because of COVID and due to social distancing and keeping people for lesser time inside the center. They made it a 2 hour exam with 40 minutes per section. So 3 hour exam it was an accepted fact कि out of 300 marks, 100 questions, 3 marks per question of 300 marks. If you score approximately 150 to 160, so you are more or less at the 99 percentile level. So it is very clearly accepted, and if you scored around 100 marks approximately, you would end up with around 90 percentile. So it is pretty much a defined uh, structure in a 3 hour exam that out of 300 marks, if you wanted to be at the 99 percentile level, you had to score around 150 to 160 marks. Plus minus 5 marks maximum ज़्यादा था, 160 maximum 99 percentile has gone is to 162. The minimum it has come to is 153, 154. It depends on the difficulty level of the paper. So in the 3 hour exam, 150 to 160 was the 99 percentile level, uh, which basically means an overall score of around 50 to 52% of the on the exam. Whereas 90 percentile, let us just put a few markers for various percentiles here. 90 percentile at the same time was at around 100 marks, which means around 33-34% marks अगर तुमको आता है in a 3 hour exam, so you would end up getting out of 300 marks, of course, you would end up getting a 90 percentile. A 95 percentile marker in a 3 hour exam was at approximately 80 marks, sorry, 120 marks. And 99 point, this is again out of 300 marks, so 40% पे 95 percentile आ रहा है. And 99.5, or if you want to cross 99.7, 99.8, for example, if you want to hit those numbers, so in a 3 hour exam, this would 99.7, 99.8 would get crossed at around 180 marks. So that means it was at a 60% level. Now, before I go ahead and talk about the marks in a 2 hour exam and a 228 mark paper, how much you needed to score for these percentiles, you need to understand that for every percentile value, for each exam, there is always a number that works out, and hence, as I always say, focus on the percentage, not the percentile. So there's a score versus percentile equation in CAT, and what of course, if you get 99 percentile plus, you can expect calls from top B schools, etc. Of course, it also depends on your profile. But before I go into all those things, just wanted to take you through some of the promotional content that I'm supposed to talk about on this video. The first is the plus courses which are coming up or just started. 28 अगस्त को ये दोनों कोर्स स्टार्ट हुए हैं, एस्पायर फॉर कैट 22 एंड मैट 3.0. Amit Surana, Deepanshukar, Jui Narula, Satish Kumar, and Subramaniam are taking that course. And practice drill 3.0 for CAT 21, also starting on 28th August, which is by Lokesh Agarwal, Bhagyashree Ghosh, Karishma Vanwani, and Parishit Saikia. And 25th August ko aim for CAT 22, that's already started in OMETS. Harsh Shah, Shruti Kaura, Sagar Thakkar, and Soumya Ahmed are taking the course in that this thing. So do join in on Academy Plus, and the Plus subscription now is available for 6 months, 12 months with a 3-month free extension, 18 months as well as 24 months with a 3-month free extension. The 6-month course is currently selling at 16,400. You can take a 6-month package. It's ideal for CAT and OMITS 2021 because if you take it now, it's end of August, early September में तुम वीडियो देख रहे होगे तो 6 months will take you all the way to February, and February तक you will get access to all the classes, and during those classes the focus will be on preparing you for all the CAT as well as the OMITS of 21 will get covered, of the 21 season will get covered. And if you're looking at CAT 22, the best subscription is a 12 plus 3-month subscription, where you pay for 12 months and you get a 3-month free. So 15 months covers you till November next year. So November 2022, CAT 22 will get covered with a 15-month period, and the price of that is 22,550, and then 18 months will take you to approximately February March 2023, which means that will also cover your OMITS. The price of that is 28,550, and the 24 plus 3-month course, which is ideal for CAT 2023 and OMITS, which basically means that you're going all the way to 2023 November with this course, is at 32,800. So these are the four this thing. You can subscribe now for them, and of course you can also subscribe instead of these courses or which are just plus. You can also take the Iconic subscription where you have live mentoring for MBA aspirants, including in the Iconic subscription you get all the benefits of plus. Apart from that, you get 1:1 live doubt solving by experts, 1:1 live concept discussion by experts, 1:1 live mentorship by top B school graduates, and you can book slots for your 1:1 mentorship at your convenience. So all the classes of plus all this you get in this, and in Iconic you've got 6 months at 25,800, which is of course ideal for CAT and OMITS 21. You got a 12-month program, so that will take you to CAT 22 or just before that. The 12-month course is at 39,500, and the 24-month program is at 59,999. So you can take these, and this is the promo code you can use. Sharma CAT Live is my promo code. You can use this promo code to get a 10% discount on these fees that have been mentioned in my description there or on those pages. So whichever course you join, if you put this promo code, you'll get a 10% discount on the existing fees. So chalo, having said this, let's move into this discussion about what score gets you to what percentile. In fact, when you think about that, one of the things that did happen in CAT 2020, given the fact that CAT 20 became a 1 hour, 40-minute exam instead of a 1 hour exam, one of the things that did happen in CAT 2020 was that the percentage scores, the percentage scores actually dropped. So if I talk about the 99 percentile score, the CAT 2020 was the 2-hour exam, and this is important for you because you're going to go for a 2-hour exam only, and 2-hour 228 mark exam. So in a 228 mark exam, the parallel percentiles that turned up, and this is based on what happened last year, and given the history of the CAT, you'll realize that once 1.5-2 lakh people have given a paper over 2 hours and got a normalized score at 99 percentile of a certain number, you will realize that even if you change the paper a little bit, but keep it CAT standard more or less, but change the paper a little bit variation in difficulty level here or there, the numbers will remain same. So for example, if you look at the 150 out of 300 benchmark in the 3-hour paper, whether you talk about CAT 17 where the cons was very easy, or CAT 18 where the cons was very tough, it does not matter. The percentile remained in the same band. 150 to 160 gave you 99 percentile. So you will see that given the fact that CAT 20 had a 2-hour exam and the 99 percentile happened at 100 marks, You can create a band of plus minus 5 marks maybe. 105 to 95 पे तुमको 99 percentile आ जाएगा overall. And if you're talking about 100 marks at 99 percentile, percentage wise you can see that there's a significant drop because just 45% of the total score. So there's almost a 10% drop. Percentage wise there's almost a 10% drop. 50% versus 45% is a drop of 10% on the percentage points, on how much percentage value you're getting. So 50 to 45 on percentage points is a 5% percentage point drop, but in terms of percentage of the net score that you're dropping by almost 10%, which is a huge drop given that the CAT, when it was a 3-hour exam, was not really changing much from this percentage range to get a 99 percentile. And this drop was not confined to just the 99 percentile range, the 90 percentile range in a 2-hour exam, 2-hour 228 mark exam, the 90 percentile range was at around 60 marks, which if you convert will work out to something like 26-27%, which is a significant change from this band, which was giving you 99 percentile, 90 percentile. And likewise, out of 228, a score of around 70 to 75 was enough for a 95 percentile. Score of 70 to 75 was enough for a 95 percentile, and that gave you percentage wise, this was around 33-34%. 32 to 34% of the total score was where you had to score to get to this percentage range, to get to this percentile range, 95 percentile range. And when you talk about 99.9, it was 120 approximately. 120 out of 228 is again a significant drop on the percentage, which is around 55% only. 54-55% of the total score. So you can see a huge drop in a 2-hour exam, and a lot of people are surprised by that कि इतना drop क्यों हुआ, right? Because intuitively speaking, when you are solving, let me show you the intuitive thought here. Intuitively speaking, अगर तुम 300 मार्क का पेपर सॉल्व कर रहे हो, 100 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हो 180 मिनट में, उसके बदले तुम 76 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हो 120 मिनट में, राइट? तो तुम्हारा पर क्वेश्चन टाइम यहाँ पे 1.8 मिनट्स है, और यहाँ पे पर क्वेश्चन टाइम इज जस्ट 1.6 मिनट्स, मे बी 1.65 मिनट्स, right? So you are spending less time per question, which basically means that you have more choice. And think about it this way: to get 150, 160 marks out of 100 questions, you have to solve 50 questions correct. If you're all correct zone, all correct solver, then 50% all correct questions पे तुम्हारा 100 percentile 99 percentile आ जाता, 150 marks if you get 50 questions correct. यहाँ पे you just needed 33 questions correct. तो ऑल करेक्ट जोन में 45% पे ही तुम्हारा 99 परसेंटाइल आ जाएगा. ये काउंटर इंट्यूटिव है, इसलिए काउंटर इंट्यूटिव है कि बिकॉज यहाँ पे तुम्हारे पास चॉइस 43 क्वेश्चंस का है इन 76 क्वेश्चन में से यहाँ पे तुमको 33 सॉल्व करना है और 43 सॉल्व नहीं करना है. यहाँ पे 100 क्वेश्चन में से 50 सॉल्व करना है और 50 सॉल्व नहीं करना है. दैट्स द चेंज. So that means for every question you solve here in the 2-hour exam, you are not solving one question. That means in 2 questions you got a choice of 1. और यहाँ पे for every question you solve, you can leave 1.3 questions. That means out of every 6 questions, you solve 2 and leave 3.9, which means approximately 4. Sorry, not out of 6. This is not right. 1 out of 2.3, right? 1 out of 2.3 you're solving. So approximately that ratio is around 4:5, or maybe 10:13 actually. So for every question you solve, You're allowed to leave more than one question. So the choice has gone up. Your choice has gone up. If your choice of questions has gone up, your ability to leave questions has gone up, your score should go up. But on the contrary, scores actually went down. As you saw, percentage scores went down. So what explains this phenomenon? A lot of people are very confused about this phenomenon and are not able to understand this. So I think if you look at it from another angle, you will see the logic completely. And that logic is, don't measure this on the basis of percentage of marks you get, but measure this on one very different parameter. The measurement you need to do, the parameter you need to measure on is the marks per hour. How many marks are you scoring per hour? So if you broadly notice this, this is approximately, this is a 2-hour exam and this is a 3-hour exam. In a 3-hour exam, if you want to score 150 marks, you are scoring at 50 marks per hour. In a 2-hour exam, if you're scoring 100 marks, you're still scoring at 50 marks per hour. तो ये 100-105 इसका रेंज था, तो 50-52 मार्क्स पे तुम्हारा वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट द रेंज टू बी 100-105. अभी हम लोग का एक ही साल का वैल्यू है और कैट 17-18-19 के वैल्यू के बेसिस में 150-160 में 99 परसेंटाइल आता है, तो 50-52 मार्क्स पर आवर इज द दिस थिंग. सो इस पॉइंट से देखोगे तो यू रियलाइज दैट द पेपर हैज नॉट चेंज्ड एट ऑल. सो व्हाइल द चॉइस हैज इंक्रीज्ड एंड इंट्यूटिवली अगर ज़्यादा चॉइस है तुम्हारे पास तो स्कोरिंग फास्टर होना चाहिए बिकॉज यू कैन लीव क्वेश्चंस फास्टर. But it doesn't work that way because although choice is increased, when the time is reduced to 40 minutes instead of 1 hour, your recovery time was much lesser. So because your recovery time was lower, you didn't have a choice of leaving question or recovering if you had a bad setback in between. And you will see that this marks per hour context में metric पे ये सब का value ठीक हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे देखो 30 marks per hour है करीब. 30 to 33 मार्क्स पर आ रहा है इसका बैंड. ठीक है, 100 कभी कभी 95 पे भी आ जाता था, ये कभी 100-102 तक जाता था और ये भी 60-62 के रेंज में तुम ब्रॉडली 90 परसेंटाइल पे हो. सो ब्रॉडली दिस विल बी इन द सेम रेंज. इसको अगर देखोगे 3 आवर्स में 120 मार्क्स, 2 आवर्स में 70-75 मार्क्स, सो ये भी 35 to 40 मार्क्स पर आवर के रेंज में तुम्हारा स्कोरिंग है. यहाँ देखो 2 आवर्स में 120, 3 आवर्स में 180, ये 60 मार्क्स पर आवर का स्कोरिंग रेंज है. सो एसेंशली बॉटम लाइन ये हो जाता है कि अगर तुम्हारा एवरेज स्कोरिंग रेट 50-52 मार्क्स पर आवर है तो तुम 99 परसेंटाइल स्कोर कर लोगे. अगर तुम्हारा एवरेज स्कोरिंग रेट 60 मार्क्स पर आवर है तो तुम 99.9 परसेंटाइल, 99.8 परसेंटाइल स्कोर कर लोगे. तो अगर उस मेट्रिक से देखोगे टॉपर्स को, इफ़ यू लुक एट द टॉपर्स, द 100 परसेंटाइलर्स, by that metric कि मार्क्स पर आवर क्या रहता है उनका, मार्क्स पर आवर क्या रहता है उनका, यू विल सी दैट द टॉपर्स, द 100 परसेंटाइलर्स, मार्क्स पर आवर कॉन्टेक्स्ट में उनका मार्क्स पर आवर, मार्क्स पर आवर कॉन्टेक्स्ट में उनका मार्क्स पर आवर करीब 75 प्लस रहता है. सो चैलेंज काफ़ी ओपन है तुम्हारे लिए. व्हेन यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर कैट एंड यू आर टेकिंग अ मॉक टेस्ट, your challenge is very open कि तुम्हारा and you have to think of this as a problem solving situation कि तुम्हारा average scoring rate क्या है. Just think of this like a one-day cricket match or a T20 cricket match. What is the average scoring? Like look at it like an IPL match. What is the average scoring rate? So a team that scores on average 10 runs per hour per over will not lose to a team which is scoring 6 runs per over. It might lose on one odd day where it gets bowled out. But generally, you will not expect a team that is scoring 10 runs per over to lose to a team which is scoring 6 runs per over. है ना? This team will not normally win. उसी तरह से somebody who scores 75 marks per hour will not normally lose to somebody who scores 50 marks per hour. तो तुम्हारा average scoring rate is what you have to manage. And how do you manage scoring? What I'm trying to tell you here then is that your percentile in CAT depends on your percentage, and not so much on percentage, it depends on marks per hour. If you spend 1 hour solving aptitude, whether it's quants or verbal ability or reading comprehension or data interpretation, logical reasoning. What is your scoring rate? So it depends on your scoring rate, and the scoring rate basically depends on in 1 hour per hour, how many questions can you process. By process I mean how many questions you can see, read and consider. What is the number of questions you can process? What is the number of questions you can attempt? And what is the number of questions you can solve? So we're looking at three things. How many questions can you process? How many questions can you attempt? And how many questions can you solve on a per hour basis? Right? So broadly, and of course, when we talk about 50 marks per hour being the average scoring rate of a 99 percentiler, that means 2000 people approximately in the country who are giving CAT every year, around 2000 people every year reach this point of being able to score 50 marks per hour. Somebody who remains at 45 marks per hour will be a 96-97 percentiler, and somebody who can just do 40 marks per hour will maybe be around 95-96 percentiler, and somebody who can score only 35 marks per hour will remain a 90 percentiler. So when you talk about these numbers, then this marks per hour that you can score is actually the average value, since you are spending the same amount of time on each of the sections. It's the average value of each of these three. So if you can score 60 marks per hour in quants, if you can score 40 marks per hour in DILR, and you can score 60 marks per hour in verbal, your average will be the simple average of these three, which will be 53 marks per hour. So then you have to, I mean, once you realize that, in terms of your strategy of your preparation, you have to start thinking about how many marks per hour do you want to score in each topic, in each section, right? And what is your target? So the targets will emerge out of whether your VRC is strong, and basically again how much marks per hour you score depends on your accuracy percentage. So let's try to take a view of each of these objective wise. What should be accuracy percentage? At what accuracy percentage, how many questions should you process, attempt, and solve correct? ठीक है? This is solve correct, not just solve. It should be solved correctly. So how many marks can you process, attempt, and solve correctly? So if you are 100% accuracy person, one of the things that works in verbal ability, in all areas in this thing, specifically in verbal ability, is that if you're targeting 100% accuracy, you're not going to get 100% accuracy, because कुछ ना कुछ क्वेश्चन में कहीं ना कहीं ओवरसाइट हो जाएगा. इट्स नॉट लाइक 2+2. मैथ्स में हो सकता है कि 100% accuracy टारगेट करो तो 100% आ जाए कभी कभी, उसमें भी 5% ड्रॉप accuracy होता है. So if your target accuracy is 100%, your actual accuracy will be around 90-95%. So in that case, basically to score around 50 marks per hour, one of the methods is that you get 17 questions all correct. You get 18-19 questions correct and 4-5 wrong, right? Or you get you get something like 21 questions correct and 8 to 10 wrong per hour, right? This is the rate. So the three structures that will give you 50 marks per hour, and you can draw these structures for the other cases also. So three structures, and since 100% accuracy does not exist, you can target ki I'll solve 19 questions with 1 to 2 errors. You are in the 90-95% bracket of correct answers if you're talking about a target accuracy of 100%. An alternate strategy could be, and so one target could be 100% accuracy, the other target could be that I want to solve with 90% accuracy. तो 95% accuracy target करो तो actual accuracy 85-90 आएगा. So in this case you're risking a little bit while taking the answers. while maybe 85 आएगा, 90 तक शायद नहीं पहुँचे अगर 90 target है तो the difference in how you solve or how you attempt questions when you are targeting 90% accuracy versus targeting 100% accuracy is that when you are targeting 100% accuracy, you are trying to make sure that you are absolutely correct with each question that you are doing. 90% mein you are taking a small punt on a few questions that it seems these two are the answers. This is more likely, so I'll go for it. You take a few such calls. So obviously your attempts go up in such a case. So in that case, you're looking at around 21 attempts. I'm talking about per hour. Okay, don't remember this. This is not in 40 minutes. When you're actually going for CAT, you are in a 40-minute in a 2-hour exam. You're just in 40 minutes. So to be a scorer of 50 marks per hour, you need to attempt 21 questions per hour, and you need to kind of get 19 correct or 18 correct maybe. Yeah, 2 3 wrong, 2 3 4 wrong will get you approximately into the same range, right? So when you're talking about in the verbal abilities and reading comprehension section, when you're talking about 21 attempts per hour and 18 to 19 corrects per hour and 2 to 3 errors per hour in 60 minutes, when you bring it down to 40 minutes, you just make it 2/3. So 14 attempts, 12 13 correct with 1 to 2 mistakes here, 1 to 2.5 mistakes on average here. This will give you the scoring rate of 50 marks per hour in the VARC section. But please remember one more thing, थोड़ा सा इसमें skew इसलिए है because DILR is slightly less scoring than VARC. So as I said, if your scoring rate in VARC is 50 and your scoring rate in quants is also 50, the scoring rate of 50 in DILR is much more difficult to maintain. So this can be seen from the fact that if you maintain a scoring rate of 50 marks, 50 per hour on VARC, you will not get to 99 percentile. If you score 50 per hour in VARC, you will be around the top 6 to 8,000 students in the country. So you'll get a score of around 96-97 percentile. Same with QA. QA, if you score 50 marks in a 1-hour exam, you will not get 99, you will get a 95, 96, 97 percentile because in VARC and QA section, the 99 percentile is somewhere around 65 marks per hour in an hour. And why that is so? Why these individual sections are so? Because you need to cover up for the lower 99 percentile. If you score, for example, 50 marks in an hour in DILR, you will not just cross 99, you will cross it significantly because the 99 percentile in a 100-mark paper, 1-hour paper, for DILR is around 45 to 50. So when you are talking about a 40-minute paper, a score of 40, score of around 40, a 40-minute paper, score of 14 attempt, 12, 13 correct, score of around 35 will not take you, although scoring rate is 50 per hour, this will only take you to around 97, 96, 97 percentile. So the scoring rate wise, what you have to make sure happens is that your VARC scoring rate plus your quant scoring rate has to be, if you want to take the pressure off scoring on DILR where it's much more difficult to score. Let's say your DILR scoring rate is 40, तो ये दोनों मिला के 110 होना चाहिए, तब जाके तुम्हारा 50 पर आर आएगा, बिकॉज वो पर आर तुम्हारा सिंपल एवरेज होगा इस नंबर का, इस नंबर का, इस नंबर का. तो तुमको ये डिसाइड करना है कि तुम्हारे ये 50 के ऊपर है कि ये 50 के ऊपर है, किस में. तो तुम्हारा जो स्ट्रॉन्गर सेक्शन है बिटवीन QA एंड VARC, उसमें तुम ट्राई करो कि 65 इवन 70 मार्क्स पर आवर पर ले जाओ तुम अपने सॉल्विंग को. अगर तुम्हारा क्वांट सॉलिड है, VARC वीक है, तो ट्राई टू फोकस ऑन being able to score 70 marks in an hour in quants, right? एंड इसको सिंप्लीफाई करके देखने के लिए एक बहुत सिंपल रास्ता है. सिंप्लीफाई करके देखने के लिए पर मिनट कितना स्कोर करना है. तो तुम 60 मार्क्स में अगर तुम 50 मार्क्स पर आवर कर रहे हो 60 मिनट्स में 50 मार्क्स कर रहे हो तो पर मिनट इज 0.8 मार्क्स अराउंड. तो 40 मिनट्स में 33-34 अगर तुमको आ रहा है you will get approximately the same percentile as you would get in a 60 minute paper. So उस context में देखो तो 99 percentile in VARC last 2-3 years has been at 65 marks और 65 marks पे 99 percentile है तो अराउंड 1.1 मार्क्स पर मिनट का स्कोरिंग रेट है तुम्हारा. 65 marks in 60 minutes gives you 1.1 marks scoring rate per minute, and in a 40-minute paper then you should be getting 44 plus if you want to maintain the same percentile. So that's how you, because why I'm telling you all this is because a lot of people don't realize or don't understand that if you get 45 marks in a section like verbal ability, you are actually 99 percentile plus. So the background thinking that tells us that at 44 plus I'm safe in VRC is that background thinking that I'm scoring 1.1 marks per minute, so my scoring rate is around 65-66 per hour. Similarly quants में अगर तुम 44 plus score कर ले तो 99 आ जाएगा. और DILR में the scoring rate इस पे 1.1 marks per minute है और DILR में अगर तुम something like 0.7 भी maintain कर लो 0.7 marks per minute, that means you are in 40 minutes you are scoring something like 28 marks. तो ये देखो अगर तुम ये तीनों मेंटेन कर लेते हो तो तुम्हारा नंबर्स 44 प्लस 28 116 हो जाएगा. 116 कैट 20 में अगर स्कोर तुम्हारा आता तो यू वुड हैव गॉट 99.6 99.7 percentile. So that's how the score versus percentile conundrum goes. So the key takeaway points from this, the key takeaway points from all this is that when you are preparing right now, when you are preparing for this exam right now, you have to define that what is the scoring rate per minute in quants, what is the scoring rate per minute in DILR, and what is the scoring rate per minute in verbal. So if you can maintain anything in the strong section, if you can maintain 1.1 marks, 1.1 to 1.2 marks per minute, 1.2 1.3 पे भी जा सकते हो. People even score last year 78 marks में से lot of people scored 60-65 marks also, which means that the scoring rate in 40 minutes was all the way to 1.6, 1.5 to 1.6. जो strong section है उसमें scoring rate को accelerate करना है ताकि ideally दो सेक्शन स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गया तो तुम्हारा कैट आराम से निकल जाएगा. सो इन क्वांट्स इफ यू कैन मेंटेन अ 1.3 स्कोरिंग रेट एंड वर्बल यू कैन मेंटेन अ 1.1 स्कोरिंग रेट, तो DILR वीक भी है तो तुम्हारा कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, राइट. सो यू हैव टू फाइट फॉर ईच ऑफ दिस. And scoring rates will get affected also not just by your ability to solve questions. Scoring rates will also get affected by your ability to choose questions and your ability to leave questions more quickly than you were leaving earlier. ये सब चीज़ तुम्हारा स्कोरिंग रेट को डिफाइन करेंगे, स्कोरिंग रेट को आइडेंटिफाई करके इफेक्ट करेंगे कि तुम्हारा कितने स्कोर पे तुम्हारा कितना परसेंटाइल आएगा और तुम्हारा कौन सा सेक्शंस तुमको कैट के थ्रू ले जा रहा है, कौन सा सेक्शंस तुमको इफेक्ट कर रहा है. तो जो लो स्कोरर्स होते हैं वो टिपिकली क्या होता है, तुम अगर स्कोर लो आ रहा है तुम्हारा तो क्वांट्स में सपोज तुमको 20s में ही आ रहा है 40 मिनट मॉक टेस्ट में, तो तुम्हारा चैलेंज है कि पर मिनट तुम 0.5 मार्क्स स्कोर कर रहे हो. तो हाउ डू यू टेक इट टू 1 mark per minute, how do you get closer to 1 mark per minute, what kind of selection you should do, so you, and then what kind of background work you should do, you have to think all those things. Likewise in DILR, if your scoring rate is only 0.4 marks per hour, that means 40 minutes में तुम 16 मार्क ही स्कोर कर रहे हो, एक या डेढ़ सेट ही सॉल्व हो रहा है, तो you have to try to think of how to take it to 0.6, राइट. 0.4 से 1 जाने की कोशिश करोगे तो इट्स टू मच ऑफ दिस थिंग. सो 0.5 से 1 जाने की कोशिश करो बहुत है, बट बहुत दूर है, but the direction will remain same. So you have to define a direction and then you start slowly moving towards that. and you will of course when you talk about scoring faster, the key aspects that are there for you to score faster is better selection of questions, not getting stuck. So if you have these outcomes in your mock test कि किसी क्वेश्चन में 3 साढ़े 3 मिनट दे दिए और वो सॉल्व नहीं कर पाए या गलत सॉल्व कर दिए, और साथ में तुम्हारे पास 3 क्वेश्चन बाद में थे जो तुमको आते थे जो तुम पहुंच ही नहीं पाए, अगर ये दोनों साइमल्टेनियसली हो रहा है तो तुम इसको अगर जल्दी छोड़ के यहाँ चले जाते हैं तो your marks per minute obviously will go up directly. So one is selection of questions. This you have to improve, and your awareness of how much control you have over the question. So if it's happening a lot to you कि 3 साढ़े 3 मिनट तक समझ में नहीं आता है क्वेश्चन हो रहा है कि नहीं, बाद में पता चलता है कि नहीं हो रहा है, और DI में ऐसा हो रहा है कि 10 मिनट के बाद समझ में आ रहा है, तो create an early warning system, create a system that tells you at 1 minute in a quants question, create a system that tells you at 4 minutes in a DILR question that you are going to be in trouble in this question, hence you should leave, right? So वो तुम्हारे preparation का perspective हो जाएगा. The other aspect of course is you increase your efficiency of solving, or efficiency of solving का essentially especially in quants I mean one the biggest source is one reading, that you quants DILR verbal चारों में एक reading में अगर solve करोगे, RC एक reading में करोगे तो you'll be faster than somebody who is doing 2 or 3 readings. The second is writing less. Reducing your writing will increase your efficiency. तो अगर कम लिखोगे तो एफिशिएंसी बढ़ जाएगा. कम लिखने के लिए तुमको 3-4 चीज़ पे फोकस कर सकते हो, 3-4 एरिया में राइटिंग रिड्यूस कर सकते हो. क्वांट्स में कर सकते हो, DI में कर सकते हो, LR में कर सकते हो. थर्ड सोर्स हो जाता है तुम्हारा कैलकुलेटिंग फास्टर. सो इफ़ यू इंक्रीज योर कैलकुलेशन स्पीड तो भी तुम्हारा एफिशिएंसी बढ़ेगा. बट ये सिर्फ DI और क्वांट्स में अवेलेबल है, राइट? तो ये सब चीज़, ये सेकेंड एस्पेक्ट हो जाता है तुम्हारा एफिशिएंसी का, टू इम्प्रूव योर मार्क्स पर मिनट. एंड द थर्ड एस्पेक्ट दैट यू हैव टू इम्प्रूव योर मार्क्स पर मिनट, द थर्ड चैलेंज, द थर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट, द थर्ड ऑप्शन और द थर्ड क्या बोलोगे, थर्ड टूल दैट यू हैव टू इंक्रीज योर मार्क्स पर मिनट, the third tool you have to increase your marks per minute is your removal of mistakes. Because if you spend 3 minutes and after that you're making an error, तो वो 3 मिनट में तुम जीरो रन स्कोर कर रहे हो और आउट भी हो जा रहे हो. तो अगर तुम वो एरर को रिमूव कर सकते हो तो रिमूवल एरर में 2 पार्ट्स आ जाएगा. 2 तरह के एरर्स ब्रेक होंगे. एक ऐसे एरर होंगे जो बहुत दूर है तुमसे, एरर्स विच आर वेरी फार अवे फ्रॉम यू, जो तुमको एकदम आते ही नहीं थे, तो उनको तो सिलेक्शन से एग्जिट करना पड़ेगा. और कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे होंगे जहाँ पे तुम 1 स्टेप एरर कर रहे हो, या तो 1 स्टेप एरर कर रहे हो या सिली एरर कर रहे हो. तो इनको ओवरटर्न करना बेसिकली तुम्हारे माइंड के प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड, स्टेट ऑफ माइंड देयर, हाउ यू हैंडलिंग प्रेशर, उससे हैंडल होगा. सो दिस इज द अदर एस्पेक्ट यू विल स्टार्ट लुकिंग एट क्रिएटिंग. एंड ऑफ कोर्स I mean, I always tell my students now that it's never a better time to actually prepare for the CAT, because you have 1.8 lakh people giving the CAT, which is stable for the last 10-15 years, and you now have 20 IIMs. एक टाइम था जब 1.5 लाख लोग CAT दे रहे, 2.5 लाख लोग CAT दे रहे. आई थिंक CAT 2008 में 2.7 lakh people had given CAT. And there were only 6 IIMs, ABCL and IKM. Only the Blackie IIMs were there. So look at and those 6 IIMs also had number of seats were much lesser. So IIM Bangalore, for example, my alma mater, now has close to 400 seats. At that time there were only 200 seats, 250 seats in the PGB program. And apart from that, they have now got a business analytics program. They've got a PG software enterprise management program, etc. So many more programs that you can join and enter. So the number of people have gone down. Number of IIMs has gone up. Number of courses at IIM has gone up. Number of intake in every course has gone up. So there's never a better chance to do it. So I'll just show you the list of. A lot of people keep asking me where are the IIMs now. So this is in a hierarchy. This is from Wikipedia. This is the hierarchy of which college started at which point. So IIM Calcutta started first. It started in 1961, and few months later IIM Ahmedabad started. I think Ahmedabad got the benefit of being in Gujarat because Gujarat got industrialized much earlier than other states. And I'm Bangalore. Started in 1973, and earlier it was in the late 70s. I'm Bangalore was considered to be one place which you don't want to go. You want to go to Ahmedabad in Calcutta because it's a new institute. But imagine somebody who went to Bangalore in 97, 90, 77, 78, not thinking about this problem, and obviously his career would have carried for 40 years. So he would have got all the benefits of IIM Bangalore going all the way up to the top after that. In fact, right through the 1980s, IIM Bangalore used to be called the PSU MBA, PSU IIM, because most of the times IIM Bangalore mein, the placements was completely PSU oriented. Then IIM Lucknow started in 1984, 11, 12 years के बाद. उसके बाद again another 12 years later you had IIM Kozhikode and Indore, and 2007 IIM Shillong started. Right, so अगर ये देखो तो every 11 years IIM start हो रहा है. And then 2010 you suddenly had Rohtak, Ranchi and Raipur. And then 2011 you had Tiruchirappalli, Kashipur, Udaipur starting off. So these are called the new IIMs. And then these 6 IIMs are called the new IIMs, 8 to 13. And then 14 to 20 are called the baby IIMs. IIM Nagpur, IIM Amritsar, IIM Bodh Gaya, IIM Sirmaur, IIM Visakhapatnam, IIM Sambalpur and IIM Jammu, which started in 2016. These are called the baby IIMs. So, but as I said, there was a time when nobody wanted to go to IIM Bangalore because it was a new IIM. Similarly, if you go to one of these baby IIMs and start performing and start outperforming people who have come out from IIM Ahmedabad, there's no stopping your career, because please remember this: all these IIMs are going to go up as you up the ladder. As they start getting established, they're going to have their own alumni base and their own networks, etc. And over a period of time, they're all going to get mixed. For 40 years from now, 20 years from now, they're all going to get mixed. Just like IIM Kozhikode or Indore जब आया था 96, 97, nobody wanted to go there because नए IIMs थे. People used to come and ask me कि जाना चाहिए क्या. So that's why take it very seriously. Take all the 20 IIMs very seriously. And of course, apart from IIMs, you've got some great colleges like MDI that will call you at 97, 98 percentile. MDI HR might call you at 96 percentile. XLRI, you have to take the ZAT exam to get to XLRI. So there are so many other options that you have for yourself. So give it your best shot, and it's never better time to be an MBA aspirant. And to make things better for you, Unacademy is also offering a big surprise on 29th August. 12 p.m. we have this Unacademy CAT Mega Combat. If you enroll for it for free, you get chances to not just participate in the mock exam, but in the combat, but also to get attractive prizes for 250 aspirants. And the MBA 2021 mock test marathon, 2 full-length mock tests for CAT every week, 3 sectional tests for CAT per week, 2 full-length mock tests for OMETs per month, and detailed video analysis of all mocks and sectional tests. All this is happening, and this is of course also part of the Iconic subscription for CAT. It gives you it's also available in the Plus subscription if you take the 6-month Plus subscription. And as usual, this is the promo code you can use. Sharma Cat Live is the promo code you can use, and do use it. And look forward to seeing you on Unacademy. I take data interpretation, logical reasoning, and strategy course on Unacademy, and you can join in for doing those courses. Thank you so much. I'll wind up now. Bye bye.